Welcome to our Sunday Tribute. This week, we honor the legendary wrestlers we've lost in recent years, reflecting on their profound contributions to the world of wrestling. Their impact remains strong, and their legacies inspire us all. We'll also address some somber news about Mark Henry, whose recent developments have deeply affected many fans. Join us as we celebrate their remarkable lives through heartfelt tributes and cherished memories. Subscribe to stay connected and ensure their inspiring stories continue to resonate. The Ultimate Warrior, born James Bryan Hellwig on June 16, 1959, in Crawfordsville, Indiana, was a legendary professional wrestler known for his high-energy persona, vibrant charisma, and electrifying presence. With his intense style, distinctive face paint, and colorful tassels, he became one of the most iconic figures in professional wrestling. Hellwig began his wrestling career in the mid-1980s, adopting the Ultimate Warrior persona that would define his legacy. His explosive in-ring style and unmatched intensity quickly set him apart, making him a fan favorite in the World Wrestling Federation, WWF, now WWE. His entrance alone, sprinting to the ring and shaking the ropes with unparalleled energy, became a signature moment that thrilled audiences worldwide. One of the defining moments of his career came at WrestleMania 6 in 1990 when he defeated Hulk Hogan to win the WWF World Heavyweight Championship. This victory was historic, as he became the first wrestler to simultaneously hold both the WWF World Heavyweight Championship and the Intercontinental Championship. His feuds with legends like Randy Savage, Rick Rude, and The Undertaker further cemented his place in wrestling history. Despite his controversial departures and returns to WWE over the years, the Ultimate Warrior remained a beloved figure. His long-awaited induction into the WWE Hall of Fame in 2014 was a moment of redemption and recognition for his contributions to the industry. Tragically, just days after his induction and an emotional appearance on Monday Night Raw, he passed away on April 8, 2014, at the age of 54. The Ultimate Warrior's legacy endures through his unforgettable matches, larger-than-life persona, and lasting influence on professional wrestling. His passion and energy continue to inspire wrestlers and fans alike, ensuring his place as one of the most memorable figures in WWE history. Giant Gustav, born on April 25, 1961, was a legendary professional wrestler known for his towering presence, incredible strength, and surprising agility. Standing at over 7 feet tall and weighing around 400 pounds, he quickly became a dominant force in the wrestling world. His career spanned several decades, during which he competed in various promotions, earning a reputation as both a fearsome competitor and a beloved fan favorite. Gustav's in-ring abilities set him apart from other giants in the industry. Despite his massive frame, he displayed remarkable speed and flexibility, particularly in tag team matches, where he often shocked audiences with his agility. His larger-than-life persona and undeniable charisma made him a standout performer, and he captured multiple championships throughout his career, solidifying his place among wrestling's elite. Beyond his accomplishments in the ring, Gustav's impact extended to the wrestling community, where he was respected for his dedication to the sport and his influence on future generations. His presence brought excitement to every match, and his ability to connect with fans made him one of the most beloved figures of his era. However, Gustav faced personal struggles outside of wrestling, particularly health issues related to his size. These challenges eventually led to a decline in his career, but his legacy remained intact. Even after stepping away from the ring, he was remembered for his contributions to the industry and the inspiration he provided to aspiring wrestlers. Giant Gustav passed away on October 6, 2019, but his legacy continues to live on. His impact on professional wrestling remains significant, and his memory endures in the hearts of fans and fellow wrestlers alike. He will always be remembered as a true giant of the sport, both in stature and in spirit. Rocco Rock, born Theodore James Petty, was an American professional wrestler best known for his role in revolutionizing hardcore tag team wrestling. As one half of the Public Enemy alongside Johnny Grunge, he helped define the extreme, weapon-filled brawling style that became a staple of hardcore wrestling. Rock's career began in the late 1980s, where he wrestled under various personas before finding his breakthrough in Extreme Championship Wrestling, ECW. In ECW, the Public Enemy became one of the most influential tag teams, embodying the promotion's rebellious and violent nature. They were known for their chaotic, high-energy matches featuring tables, chairs, and other weapons, thrilling fans with their unpredictable style. What set Rocco Rock apart was his agility despite his size. Unlike many hardcore wrestlers who relied purely on brute strength, he incorporated aerial moves into his arsenal, executing high-risk dives from the top rope. This versatility made him a unique performer in a division often dominated by brawlers. The Public Enemy captured multiple ECW Tag Team Championships, cementing their place as pioneers of the hardcore tag team division. Their success extended beyond ECW as they brought their signature hardcore style to World Championship Wrestling, WCW, and World Wrestling Federation, WWF. While their time in mainstream promotions was brief, they helped introduce hardcore wrestling to a wider audience, influencing the development of extreme wrestling styles in the years to come. Tragically, Rocco Rock passed away at the age of 49, but his legacy as a trailblazer in hardcore wrestling lives on. His contributions to tag team wrestling and his influence on the evolution of extreme wrestling continue to be celebrated by fans and wrestlers alike. Randy Savage, born Randall Mario Poffo on November 15, 1952, was a legendary professional wrestler whose charisma, athleticism, and larger-than-life persona made him one of the most unforgettable figures in wrestling history. Known for his distinctive raspy voice, colorful attire, and electrifying presence, he captivated audiences throughout his three-decade career. Savage rose to fame in the 1980s and 1990s, primarily through his time with the World Wrestling Federation, WWF, now WWE, and later with World Championship Wrestling, WCW. His in-ring style blended technical skill with high-flying maneuvers, setting a new standard for wrestling excellence. He was a two-time WWF champion and a four-time WCW World Heavyweight Champion, solidifying himself as one of the industry's most dominant competitors. His legendary feuds with wrestling greats like Hulk Hogan, Ricky Steamboat, and Jake the Snake Roberts led to some of the most iconic matches in history, including his unforgettable clash with Steamboat at WrestleMania 3, widely regarded as one of the greatest bouts of all time. Beyond his wrestling abilities, Savage was known for his signature catchphrase, "Ooh yeah," and his unforgettable promos, which became an essential part of wrestling entertainment. His intense, over-the-top interviews and passionate performances made him one of the most charismatic personalities the industry had ever seen. Outside the ring, he expanded his career into acting, appearing in movies and television shows, further cementing his status as a pop culture icon. On May 20, 2011, Savage tragically passed away at the age of 58 after suffering a heart attack while driving. His death was a tremendous loss to the wrestling world, but his influence lives on. Savage's legacy continues to inspire generations of wrestlers, and his contributions to the sport remain legendary. Winona Littleheart, born on September 5, 1955, was a pioneering Native American professional wrestler who made a lasting impact on the industry during the 1970s and 1980s. As a member of the Choctaw Nation, she used her platform to bring visibility to Indigenous women in sports and entertainment, breaking barriers in a male-dominated field. Littleheart trained rigorously to develop her in-ring persona, blending athleticism with charisma. Known for her fierce fighting style and signature moves, she earned the respect of fans and peers alike. Competing in various wrestling promotions, she showcased her talent, resilience, and dedication to the sport. At a time when women's wrestling was still emerging as a mainstream attraction, her contributions helped lay the foundation for future generations of female wrestlers. Beyond her in-ring achievements, Littleheart was an advocate for Indigenous rights and representation. She used her fame to highlight social issues affecting Native communities, proving that her influence extended far beyond wrestling. Her perseverance in the face of challenges, including the struggles of being a woman of color in the industry, made her an inspirational figure. Littleheart's career and advocacy efforts left a lasting mark on professional wrestling and Indigenous representation in sports. She demonstrated that strength was not just about physical ability, but also about resilience and the courage to stand for what matters. Sadly, she passed away at the age of 64, but her legacy continues to inspire many. Her journey remains a testament to the strength and spirit of Indigenous women and the evolution of women's wrestling. Remembered for both her athletic achievements and her role in advocating for equality, Winona Littleheart stands as a celebrated figure in wrestling history. Big Dick Dudley, born John J. Hughes on January 1st, 1967, in New Jersey, was a professional wrestler best known for his time in Extreme Championship Wrestling, ECW, as a key member of the infamous Dudley family. Standing at 6 feet 9 inches and weighing around 400 pounds, he was an imposing presence in ECW's hardcore wrestling scene. As part of the Dudley Boys faction, alongside Bubba Ray Dudley and Devon Dudley, Big Dick played the role of the group's enforcer. His sheer size and intimidating persona made him a crucial figure in the faction's success. While he wasn't the most technical wrestler, his intense physicality and willingness to engage in brutal, hard-hitting matches fit perfectly within ECW's extreme style. He often interfered in matches to aid his Dudley brothers or engage in violent brawls with rival factions, adding to the chaos that defined ECW. Although he never held a major championship, Big Dick's contributions were vital to the Dudley family's popularity and ECW's rise in the 1990s. His presence helped solidify the Dudleys as one of the most dominant factions in hardcore wrestling history. Tragically, Big Dick Dudley passed away on January 26, 2002, at the age of 34 due to kidney failure. His sudden death was a devastating loss to his family, friends, and the wrestling community. His passing highlighted the physical toll of professional wrestling, shedding light on the long-term health risks many wrestlers face. Despite his relatively short career, Big Dick Dudley's legacy remains significant. He is remembered as an integral part of ECW's history and the Dudley family mythos, leaving an enduring impact on hardcore wrestling fans. Jim Londos, born Christos Theophilou on January 2, 1894, in Koutsoupodi, Argos, Greece, was a legendary Greek-American professional wrestler known as the Golden Greek. One of the most popular wrestling stars of the 1930s and 1940s, he captivated audiences with his athleticism, strength, and charismatic presence. The youngest of 13 children, Londos grew up in a humble setting, working as a shepherd. His father, Theophilos, an accomplished amateur wrestler, introduced him to the sport. At 13, Londos left Greece and emigrated to the United States, taking on various odd jobs, including working as a carnival acrobats catcher. This experience led him to professional wrestling, where he trained in multiple styles, including jiu-jitsu. Londos made his wrestling debut in 1912 under the moniker Wrestling Plasterer, before adopting the name Jim Londos. He quickly rose to prominence, becoming one of the sport's top attractions. Known for his chiseled physique and technical prowess, he faced off against legendary opponents such as Ed Strangler, Lewis, and Dick Shikat. His popularity extended beyond the US, particularly in Greece, where he was revered as a national hero, drawing crowds of nearly 100,000 fans. After retiring in 1953, Londos dedicated himself to philanthropy, focusing on aiding Greek war orphans from World War II. His humanitarian efforts earned him recognition from US President Richard Nixon and King Paul of Greece. Jim Londos passed away at the age of 78, leaving behind an enduring legacy in professional wrestling. His contributions to the sport, combined with his charitable work, cemented his status as one of wrestling's greatest figures, admired both for his in-ring accomplishments and his dedication to helping others. Peggy Lee Lever, born on January 19, 1959, was a trailblazing figure in American professional wrestling, competing in major promotions such as WWF, AWA, and WCW. Wrestling under multiple names, including Lady X and Thug, she became known for her fierce in-ring style and memorable rivalries. Lever's career began in the WWF, 1980 to 1985, where she teamed with Wendy Richter, frequently challenging Velvet McIntyre and Princess Victoria for the WWF Women's Tag Team Championship. After parting ways with Richter in 1985, Lever pursued the WWF Women's Championship but was unable to capture the title. Moving to the American Wrestling Association, AWA, Lever solidified her reputation as a tough competitor, engaging in a heated feud with Medusa Miceli. She also participated in the high-profile Lingerie Battle Royal at the Superclash free pay-per-view in December 1988. In the 1990s, she joined David McLean's Powerful Women of Wrestling, POWW, reigniting her rivalry with Richter. Later, she competed in the Ladies Professional Wrestling Association, LPWA, where she won the LPWA championship, further cementing her status as a top talent. Lever made a brief return to WCW in 1997, facing Medusa for the WCW Women's Championship. In the early 2000s, she took on the persona of Thug in Women of Wrestling, WOW, where she continued to entertain audiences. After more than 3 decades in the industry, Lever retired in 2013, leaving behind a lasting legacy in women's wrestling. She passed away at the age of 64, remembered for her dedication and contributions to the sport. Dean Ho, born on March 21, 1936, is a retired professional wrestler known for his impact on the industry during the 1960s and 1970s. Hailing from Hawaii, he began his wrestling career in the early 1950s under the guidance of legendary wrestler and promoter Sam Steamboat. His natural athleticism and dedication quickly set him apart, allowing him to rise through the ranks in various promotions across the United States. Ho gained prominence in the National Wrestling Alliance, NWA, and the Worldwide Wrestling Federation, WWF, now WWE, where he captivated audiences with his technical wrestling ability and charismatic presence. Known for his high-flying maneuvers and innovative techniques, he was ahead of his time, earning admiration from both fans and fellow wrestlers. Throughout his career, he engaged in memorable feuds with some of wrestling's biggest names, solidifying his reputation as a top-tier competitor. Beyond his in-ring success, Ho played a vital role in shaping future generations of wrestlers. He worked as a trainer and mentor, passing down his knowledge and passion for the sport. His influence extended beyond the squared circle, as he remained involved in the industry by attending events and sharing his experiences with fans. Even after retiring from professional wrestling, Ho's legacy endures. He is remembered for his exceptional skills, sportsmanship, and dedication to developing young talent. His contributions helped shape the evolution of wrestling, and his name remains respected in the annals of the sport's history. Whether through his electrifying performances or his behind-the-scenes mentorship, Dean Ho's impact on professional wrestling is undeniable. Mark Henry, a name synonymous with strength and perseverance, has cemented himself as one of the most remarkable figures in the world of professional wrestling. Known as the world's strongest man, Henry's career spans decades, during which he achieved legendary status not only as a wrestler, but also as an advocate for health and wellness. From his early days in Silsbee, Texas, to his groundbreaking wrestling career and his struggles with health and retirement, Henry's story is one of grit, determination, and inspiring transformation. Early life and amateur wrestling career. Mark Gerald Henry was born on June 12, 1971 in Silsbee, Texas. Growing up in a small town, he exhibited immense strength and athleticism from an early age. Henry was drawn to sports and quickly excelled in multiple disciplines, particularly track and field. He set national records in both the shot put and discus, an early indication of his extraordinary physical abilities. His accomplishments in the field caught the attention of Texas A&M University, where he earned a scholarship to compete in college athletics. While at Texas A&M, Henry focused on track and field, but also began to develop a love for wrestling. His collegiate career was defined by his impressive performances, setting him on a path that would ultimately lead him to the world of professional wrestling. His passion for the sport of wrestling truly emerged during his time at university, where he joined the amateur wrestling team and quickly made a name for himself with his natural strength and competitive spirit. Henry's prowess in wrestling led to his representation of the United States at the 1992 Summer Olympics in Barcelona. Although he did not medal, the experience proved invaluable in solidifying his reputation as a formidable competitor. His performance in the Olympics highlighted his strength, discipline, and drive, making it clear that he was destined for greatness in whatever arena he chose to pursue. Transition to professional wrestling. After his Olympic appearance, Henry's athletic abilities caught the eye of WWE, then known as the WWF, who were eager to bring his physicality to the world of professional wrestling. In 1996, Henry signed with the WWF and made his debut at the prestigious King of the Ring event. The company quickly recognized his incredible strength, and he was given the moniker the world's strongest man, a title that perfectly encapsulated both his physical power and his aura of dominance in the ring. Mark Henry's early years in the WWF were marked by intense rivalries and unforgettable moments. His first major storyline involved him debuting as an unstoppable force of nature, capable of overpowering some of the biggest stars in the wrestling world. He would often use his incredible strength to manhandle opponents, sending a clear message to the audience that he was a force to be reckoned with. One of the most significant elements of Henry's appeal in his early years was his ability to combine his power with surprising agility, allowing him to perform moves that were atypical for someone of his size. He was a unique character, standing out for his raw power, while also displaying the versatility that would keep him relevant in the wrestling world for decades. Henry's early feuds with other WWF superstars, including notable names like The Undertaker and Stone Cold Steve Austin, established him as one of the promotion's top stars. Throughout his career, Henry continued to evolve both inside and outside of the ring. He successfully transitioned between different personas and character arcs, keeping his presence fresh and his fan base engaged. One of his most notable changes was his switch to a more complex character, moving beyond the simple strongman gimmick to take on more layered, nuanced roles that showcased his range as both a wrestler and a performer. Career highlights and championship success. Mark Henry's career in WWE was characterized by memorable moments and significant accolades. One of the most notable achievements came in 2011 when he won the World Heavyweight Championship at the age of 40. This victory was a culmination of years of hard work and perseverance, proving that Henry had not only the strength to compete with the best, but also the resilience to endure the demands of the industry for over 15 years. His victory at the 2011 World Heavyweight Championship is one of the most memorable moments of his career. Henry's win came after a long build-up where he was involved in one of the most successful storylines of his career. His character, after years of underutilization, finally achieved his well-deserved moment in the spotlight. This victory marked a milestone not only in Henry's career, but in WWE history, as he became one of the few African-American wrestlers to hold the World Heavyweight Championship. Mark Henry's career was also highlighted by his numerous tag team championships, including wins with partners like The Big Show and other legendary superstars. Henry's ability to adapt to different team dynamics, combined with his experience and strength, made him a dominant force in tag team wrestling. In addition to his title wins and championship matches, Henry was also involved in several highly entertaining and influential storylines that helped elevate his legacy. One such story was his involvement in the Hall of Pain, a vicious, no-nonsense persona that took over his character for several years. During this time, he ruthlessly dominated opponents, leaving a trail of broken bodies in his wake, and helped elevate the importance of long-term storytelling in WWE. Retirement and transition to AEW. After over 2 decades of wrestling in the ring, Mark Henry officially announced his retirement from in-ring competition in 2017. His retirement was a bittersweet moment, as he had been a central figure in WWE for many years. Henry's final match came on an episode of WWE Raw, where he received an emotional send-off from fans and fellow wrestlers alike. He expressed deep gratitude for the support he received from his family, friends, and fans throughout his career. Though Henry's in-ring career came to a close, his influence within the wrestling world did not end. He transitioned to a behind-the-scenes role as a backstage producer and talent scout for AEW, All Elite Wrestling. In this new capacity, Henry used his wealth of knowledge and experience to help guide the next generation of wrestlers. His role as a mentor allowed him to continue contributing to the industry he loved, ensuring that his legacy lived on through the careers of emerging talent. In addition to his work in AEW, Henry also took on roles as an analyst and commentator, providing his insights on wrestling and sports entertainment. His voice and opinions have continued to shape discussions in the wrestling community, adding to his multifaceted contributions. Health struggles and advocacy. While Mark Henry's career in wrestling was legendary, it came with a toll on his body. Throughout his career, Henry endured numerous injuries, many of which were the result of the high-impact nature of professional wrestling. As he transitioned into retirement, he began to open up about the health struggles that he faced as a result of his years in the ring. Henry has publicly discussed the nerve damage he suffers from, particularly in his back, which has left him with limited mobility and occasional collapses. In a heartfelt conversation on Busted Open Radio, Henry spoke candidly about the physical toll of his wrestling career, revealing that he sometimes uses a wheelchair when traveling because of the strain his body has taken. These admissions offered fans a raw and honest look at the sacrifices athletes make in the name of entertainment. His willingness to share his struggles with the world has helped raise awareness about the long-term effects of wrestling and has made Henry a champion for health and wellness. Despite the challenges he faces, Henry remains a strong advocate for mental and physical health. His journey of recovery and resilience has inspired countless fans and fellow wrestlers to seek the help they need and to never give up, no matter how difficult the road may be. Legacy and rumors. Mark Henry's legacy extends far beyond his championship victories and iconic wrestling matches. He has become a role model, especially for young African-American wrestlers looking to make their mark in the industry. He broke barriers, both as a trailblazer in terms of his character and as someone who navigated a difficult industry with grace and determination. In addition to his wrestling achievements, Henry has been active in charitable initiatives, particularly those focused on fitness and health. His advocacy for wellness has included both physical and mental health, as he seeks to educate others on the importance of self-care, especially for those who lead physically demanding lifestyles. Recently, rumors regarding Mark Henry's health have circulated on social media, stemming from his candid discussions about his ongoing health struggles. These rumors, fueled by concerns over his mobility and nerve damage, have prompted fans to question his well-being. However, Henry has addressed these speculations, reassuring fans that he is actively managing his condition and receiving the necessary medical care. He emphasized that despite the challenges, he remains determined to stay active in wrestling and mentoring the next generation of talent. In his own words, "I'm not there yet," reflecting his resilience and optimism for the future. He remains committed to contributing to the wrestling community in meaningful ways, including his work with AEW and his continued advocacy for health and wellness. Conclusion. Mark Henry's journey is a testament to the power of perseverance, resilience, and the ability to reinvent oneself. From his early days as a track and field star to his Olympic appearance and groundbreaking wrestling career, Henry's impact on the world of sports and entertainment is undeniable. Despite the challenges he has faced with his health, he continues to inspire others through his openness, strength, and determination. Henry's legacy will forever be etched in the annals of professional wrestling, not just for his strength, but for his authenticity and commitment to helping others. He serves as a reminder that the journey of a true champion is not defined solely by victories in the ring, but by how one rises above adversity to leave a lasting impact on the world.